Do you think two-strokes are just smoky nostalgia? Well, think again. These machines were fast, too fast for public roads, with razor-sharp power bands, brutal acceleration, and race-derived DNA. They pushed the limits of what a street bike should be. From 125cc screamers to 750cc monsters, these two-stroke legends weren't just fast, they were borderline uncontrollable. So, proceed with caution. Number 10. Yamaha RZ350, aka RD500 LC. The Yamaha RZ350, known as the RD500 LC in Europe, was a street-legal two-stroke rocket produced from 1983 to 1986. Powered by a 347cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine with a bore and stroke of 64 by 54 millimeters, it delivered up to 52 horsepower at 8,750 RPM and a top speed of 114 miles per hour or 183 kilometers per hour. It featured Yamaha's revolutionary YPVS or Yamaha Power Valve system, which broadened the power band by adjusting exhaust port timing, a technology borrowed from their 500cc GP bikes. With a dry weight of just 143 kilograms and a 6-speed transmission, the RZ350 offered razor-sharp handling and explosive acceleration. Its aggressive performance and minimal emissions controls made it one of the last two-strokes sold in the U.S., where it was available only from 1984 to 1985. A true hooligan machine, it was often dubbed a TZ with lights. Number 9. Suzuki RGV 250 VJ22. The Suzuki RGV 250 VJ22 from 1991 to 1996 was a razor-sharp two-stroke sport bike inspired by Suzuki's 250cc Grand Prix machines. It featured a 249cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin engine with a square bore and stroke of 54 by 54.5 millimeters, producing up to 62 horsepower at 11,000 RPM in unrestricted form. With a dry weight of 138 kilograms, it could reach a top speed of 130 miles per hour or 209 kilometers per hour and leaned up to 58 degrees, making it a track weapon disguised as a street bike. The VJ22 introduced SAPC, or Suzuki Advanced Power Control, which electronically managed ignition timing and exhaust valves for optimal power delivery. Its aluminum twin-spar frame, upside-down forks, and banana swing arm gave it race-grade handling. Too wild for everyday roads, the RGV 250 VJ22 was a scalpel in a world of butter knives. Number 8. Honda NS400R. The Honda NS400R, produced from 1985 to 1987, was a street-legal homage to Freddie Spencer's 1983 500cc GP championship-winning NS500. It featured a unique 387cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V3 two-stroke engine, producing 72 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and a top speed of around 130 miles per hour or 209 kilometers per hour. The engine used triple flat-slide carburetors and Honda's ATAC, or Automatic Torque Amplification Chamber system, to enhance low-end torque. A 6-speed transmission, track anti-dive forks, and Pro-Link rear suspension gave it razor-sharp handling. Despite being smaller than its 500cc rivals, the NS400R's lightweight, 163-kilogram dry weight and compact chassis made it a scalpel on twisty roads. Its advanced engineering and race-bred DNA made it too wild for the average rider, but it remains Honda's largest displacement two-stroke street bike ever built. A cult classic, it was discontinued in 1988. Number 7. Yamaha TZR250 SP. The Yamaha TZR250 SP, introduced in 1990, was the pinnacle of Yamaha's 250cc two-stroke street racers. Based on the 3XV platform, it featured a 249cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin engine with reed valve induction and two Mikuni TM28SS carburetors. It produced 50 horsepower at 10,000 RPM and 35.5 Nm of torque at 9,750 RPM. pushing a mere 128 kilogram dry weight to a top speed of around 130 miles per hour or 209 kilometers per hour. The SP variant boasted adjustable suspension, a close ratio 6-speed gearbox, and a dry clutch, making it track ready out of the box. Yamaha's YPVS, or Yamaha Power Valve System, optimized exhaust port timing for a broader power band. With razor-sharp handling, a 1375mm wheelbase, and aggressive geometry, the TRX250 SP was a scalpel on the street, too fast, too focused, and too unforgiving for casual riders. Number 6. Suzuki RG500 Gamma. The Suzuki RG500 Gamma, produced from 1985 to 1987, was a street-legal replica of Suzuki's dominant GP racer, the RG500. It housed a 498.5cc liquid-cooled square-4 two-stroke engine with rotary valve induction and dual crankshafts, producing 95 horsepower at 9,000 RPM and 72 Nm of torque. With a dry weight of just 156 kilograms, it could reach a blistering top speed of 236 kilometers per hour or 147 miles per hour. The engine's layout mirrored the factory XR45 GP bike, making it one of the most authentic race replicas ever sold to the public. It featured a cassette-type 6-speed gearbox, aluminum box section frame, and full floater rear suspension, offering razor-sharp handling. Its raw power, peaky delivery, and minimal rider aids made it a handful on public roads, an uncompromising machine that blurred the line between street and circuit. Number 5. Yamaha RD500 LC RZ500. Launched in 1984, the Yamaha RD500 LC, sold as the RZ500 in Canada and Australia, was a street-legal GP replica inspired by Kenny Roberts' YZR 500. It featured a 499cc liquid-cooled 50-degree V4 two-stroke engine with twin crankshafts, reed valve induction, and YPVS, or Yamaha Power Valve System. Producing 88 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 65.7 Nm at 8,500 RPM, it could hit a top speed of 148 miles per hour or 238 kilometers per hour. The engine's unique layout included 4 Mikuni 26mm carburetors and a counterbalancer shaft, rare for two-strokes, to reduce vibration. A 6-speed close-ratio gearbox, steel twin down-tube frame, and adjustable suspension made it a formidable handler. With a dry weight of 180 kilograms, it was a raw, high-strung machine that demanded skill and nerve. Emissions regulations kept it out of the U.S., but it remains a prized icon of two-stroke excess. Number 4. Aprilia RS250. The Aprilia RS250, produced from 1995 to 2002, was a razor-sharp, street-legal race replica inspired by Aprilia's 250cc GP machines. It featured a 249cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin two-stroke engine derived from the Suzuki RGV250 VJ22, but tuned by Aprilia with revised cylinders, ECU, and expansion chambers. It delivered 55 to 61 horsepower at 11,000 RPM and a top speed of 138 miles per hour or 222 kilometers per hour. The chassis was a twin-spar aluminum magnesium alloy frame with a banana swing arm for optimal exhaust routing. Suspension included 41mm Showa inverted forks and a Sachs rear shock, both fully adjustable. Brembo brakes, dual 298mm front discs, ensured fierce stopping power. With a dry weight of 141 kilograms, the RS250 offered GP-level agility and a power-to-weight ratio that rivaled lighter bikes. It was the last of the fire-breathing two-stroke roadsters. Number 3. Kawasaki KR1S. The Kawasaki KR1S, produced from 1990 to 1992, was the fastest 250cc two-stroke street bike of its era. Powered by a 249cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine with KIPS, or Kawasaki Integrated Power Valve System, it delivered 59 horsepower at 10,500 RPM and 40.2 Nm of torque, launching its 131-kilogram dry weight to a top speed of 139 miles per hour or 224 kilometers per hour. The engine featured 28mm K&PWK carburetors, a 7.4-to-1 compression ratio, and a 6-speed gearbox. Its aluminum E-box frame, 41mm telescopic forks, and unitrack rear suspension gave it razor-sharp agility, though it was notorious for headshake at high speeds. With dual front discs and a short 1365mm wheelbase, the KR1S was a scalpel on twisty roads. Its raw speed, twitchy handling, and fragile KIPS valves made it thrilling and terrifying for street use. Number 2. Honda NSR 250 SP MC28. The 1994 to 1996 Honda NSR 250 SP MC28 was the ultimate evolution of Honda's legendary two-stroke 250cc lineup. It featured a 249cc liquid-cooled 90-degree V-twin engine with reed valve induction, PGM IV digital ignition, and RC valves, producing 40 horsepower at 9,000 RPM and 3.3 kgfm of torque at 8,500 RPM. The SP variant boasted a dry clutch, fully adjustable cartridge-type suspension, and MagTech magnesium wheels for reduced unsprung weight. Its Pro-Arm single-sided swing arm, twin-spar aluminum frame, and 276mm dual front discs gave it GP-level handling. The MC28 introduced the Smart Card ignition system, limited tuning potential but enhancing theft protection. With a dry weight of 137 kilograms at a top speed near 130 miles per hour or 209 kilometers per hour, it was a scalpel on the street. Exotic, unforgiving, and too fast for the average rider. Only 1,500 SP units were built in 1995. And at number 1, the Kawasaki H2 Mach 4 750. Unleashed in 1972, the Kawasaki H2 Mach 4 750 was a two-stroke terror that redefined street performance. Its 748cc air-cooled inline triple produced a staggering 74 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 77.4 Nm of torque at 6,500 RPM, launching the 192-kilogram machine to 120 miles per hour or 193 kilometers per hour. And it got through the quarter mile in 12 seconds flat. Fed by 3 Mikuni VM30 SC carburetors, it featured CDI ignition, a 5-speed gearbox, and a double cradle steel frame. Despite a single front disc and rear drum brake setup, its acceleration overwhelmed its chassis, earning it a reputation as a widowmaker. The H2's explosive power band kicked in around 3,500 RPM, delivering violent surges that demanded expert throttle control. It was raw, loud, and unapologetically wild, a street bike with the soul of a dragster, and arguably the most unhinged two-stroke ever sold to the public. These two-stroke beasts weren't just motorcycles. They were adrenaline-fueled rockets, barely contained by public roads. Built for speed, bred for thrills, and feared for their ferocity, they defined an era of raw, unfiltered performance. Got a favorite that didn't make the list? Let us know in the comments. We're listening.